Hey guys, I'm back. Thanks for watching. My name is Keith Shillan. This is a Sherdog.com One Championship preview. The card we're looking at today is One Championship Revolution, which goes on this Friday at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going down in Singapore. Make sure you head over to One Championship website, find out how you can watch. If you're in the United States at 6:30 a.m., you can head over to Bleacher Report YouTube page, Bleacher Report app. You can find it there. If you're anywhere else outside of the United States, just go head over to One Championship. They got all the details on their site. This is an absolute loaded card. I'm not just trying to blow smoke up your butts. This card is loaded. We have 3 title fights. One of them is a Muay Thai fight. I'm not going to cover the Muay Thai guys. I don't feel comfortable enough to really preview a Muay Thai fight, but I am going to preview all 5 of the MMA fights. We have 2 title fights. We have the 17-year-old sensation on this one. We have a big grudge match, heavyweight slugfest that I'm really excited about. So let's get right into it. I'm going to preview all 5 fights, give my predictions. The first fight is Victoria Lee versus Victoria Souza. I'm not going to make a dad joke and say Victoria's going to win. Victoria Lee is the younger sister of Anatoliy and Christian Lee. Christian Lee is on this card. He's main eventing the main. He's a champion in the main event. His youngest sister, she's 17 years old. There's nothing like her in the sport of MMA. She's 2-0 in MMA, all under the One Championship banner. I'll get into her style. Very aggressive on the feet, fast hands, very clean boxing, throws straight technical punches down the pipe. She lacks power, and that's something you'd expect from a 17-year-old, as she's she's not even fully developed as a woman yet, so she hasn't grown into her body. She makes the mistake of standing very high, and when she attacks, she sometimes ducks her head a little bit, kind of not seeing her target, leaving her open to an uppercut, a step-in knee, a high kick, something like that, up the middle. If she gets to the clinch, she's a great clinch grappler. She is a Hawaiian state champion wrestler. She has great entries. In her first fight, she was taken down by head and arm throw, but to her credit, she did pop right back up to her feet. She has shown great flexibility. She has some slick back trades, good ground control, good ground and pound. And what I like most is she made improvements from her first fight to her second fight. And that's what you want to see from a young fighter moving forward. Now, Victoria Souza, she's 24. This is a big step up for Victoria Lee. Victoria Souza is 5-0. She has four first-round stoppages. The Brazilian is good, but I haven't seen too much film on her, so I'm not completely confident. There's not that much out there, but everything that's out there, I believe I've seen. What I've seen, I've liked. She's aggressive on the feet. She has some kickboxing experience. She actually has a knockout in a kickboxing bout, which shows that she has some serious power in the feet. She really steps into her shots. She's a little flat-footed. She might be even a little slow, especially compared to Victoria. She pulls her head straight back, but she's very physically strong, especially in the clinch area that Victoria is usually really good at. Souza is also Victoria Lee is good at. Victoria Souza is physically strong. She looks for takedowns. She has decent entries, good back takes. She's a submission threat. So as far as the prediction goes, who do I think is going to win? This is a tough fight. Victoria looked really good in her debut. Looked even better. I expect her to continue to get better. But like I said, this is a step up in competition for her. This is not a cakewalk. And every fighter has that early loss. Souza's well-rounded. She has more experience. She's, her body is obviously more developed. She's got more muscle. And I'm going to say this is Lee's first roadblock. I'm thinking this might be a little too much too soon. She is part of that famous Lee family who both, her sister and older brother both have accomplished great feats in one championship. They're both reigning champions. They also both did it extremely young. But this is different. She's even younger than that. I mean, she's 17. This is a girl that should be in high school, getting ready for prom and stuff. Instead, she's fighting some of the best girls in the world. So I'm going to say this might be a little too much too soon. I'm going to go with, I don't have the betting odds. I'm assuming it's an upset, but give me Souza, and I'm going to take Souza by split decision. Now, let's move on. The second fight on the card, we have Oh, we have the big heavyweight slugfest. We have Amir. We have Amir Aliakbari versus Anatoly Malkin. Uh, Man, this fight right here. This fight is just two massive behemoths going at it. This is one championship's version of Godzilla versus King Kong. And what I love about this most is after Malkin won his first fight, he called for this fight. And then it became, as Amir lost his last fight, it became it became more of a grudge match because Malkin was seen laughing in the back. So who do I have winning this fight? I'm jumping ahead. Let me get the breakdowns. Amir, he's 36 years old, Iranian. He's an absolute great athlete. He's a huge dude. He weighs like 255 pounds. He's got crushing power. I mean, you just look at the guy. The guy got muscles on top of muscles. When he gets in the pocket, he throws lots of hooks, but they're kind of looping. He also follows his opponent. He doesn't cut off the cage. He's also a little flat-footed for my liking. And he was knocked out in his last fight, so I am a little concerned about his chin. And I think the reason why he was knocked out, he mires his work a little bit. And what I mean by that is he doesn't really reload. He'll throw a big shot and kind of see if it really pays attention to see if it lands instead of like throwing the shot and bringing it quickly back to his face. And that's going to get you in trouble. And that's what happened in his last fight. He gets his chin up in the air too, which is a problem. He also looks for the KO in every punch. He loads up his shots. Now, if he connects, he has the ability to put you out with one shot, and that's what makes this fight so exciting, because so does his opponent. And then when it comes to the grappling, I mean, this guy's an absolute beast on the ground. He's a Greco-Roman world champion, great entries, huge strength, just bowls his opponents to the canvas. And when he's on top, he's got those big hammers slamming down. Now moving to Malkin. Malkin's 33. He's a little bit younger. He's 9-0. He's a Russian. He's also a very big dude on the feet, very aggressive. He does the opposite of Amir. He cuts the cage off. He does very well with his movement. He also has huge power. He doesn't check leg kicks. I've noticed but he does sit on his punches, land big shots. He's also a very strong wrestler, good entries. He's physically strong where he gets on your hips and he just like there's just highlight reels of him just picking guys up and just they're going for a ride. He also, when he picks the opponent up, he also cuts the hips, which is really a great thing. Daniel Cormier likes to call it the windshield wiper, where you turn to get, so it looks like when you turn to, if you go back and forth, it looks like a windshield wiper. And the good thing about that is when you do that, you land in side mount, so you have really a side control, so you're really good position. Heavy top pressure, hard ground and pound. He always looks for the crucifix advice. When he's in this side control, he looks for the crucifix, lock down your arm. I don't know if he'll be able to do that against someone like Amir, who's so strong. But if he could tire him down, put him on his back, put him somewhere where he's not comfortable, it could happen. He's also a submission threat. His submission threats are where he just overpowers guy with those strongman moves like Kimuras and key locks. As far as prediction goes, I don't know how anybody in this fight can be confident in their prediction. Basically, whoever lands first probably is going to win. Alekbari is definitely the more decorated wrestler. He's also faced the better competition. I mean, I think you got like guys like Mirko Krokop he's faced. That said, I think he looked a little slower in his last fight, slower than usual. I also like that Malkin called for this fight. I like that he has the confidence, thinks he beat him. Maybe he sees something that, someone who's, not a master of tape study doesn't see. Like, I don't know what he's seeing, but that makes him so confident. So I'm going to go with Malkin. I'm going to say he gets it done. I'm assuming this is another upset, so he'd be too upset around. I'm going to say Malkin gets the TKO, wears him out. Give me second round TKO for Malkin. All right, next fight. This is a fight that I'm excited about. We have former 2 weight class champion, almost was a 3 weight class champion, Martin Nguyen, going against Woong Kim. I apologize if I said anybody's name wrong in this target card, especially Kim. Nguyen is a guy who trains out of Stanford MMA. He's coming off a title loss to Thon Lee. It was a fight that I actually thought he was winning until he got caught with a shot. I just love Nguyen's game. He's a great striker. He's stalking sniper. He's a pressure counter striker who has high output. He's really good at countering his opponent's attacks and then cutting an angle when they attack. So now he's landing his own shots from a different angle than they're expecting. High guard defense, tight inside boxing, fast hands. His right hand is his kill switch. I love his dipping to the left, overhand right, something that Roy Jones used to do in his prime. Kind of gets you thinking he's going to the body, then he's coming over the side. The ducking, though, can get him caught with an uppercut or knee in the middle, so that's something to watch out for. But the reason why the punch that I was just talking about is so effective is because he does go to the body. So when you just start to think he's going to the body, now he's going over the top. Quick high kick, very good power. He's a decent grappler, though we don't see that often. It's more people trying to take him down. He's got very strong takedown defense. But if a scramble ensues, there's a good chance he is going to be the one who lands on top, and then he's going to land hard ground and pound. Now move over to Woong Kim. Kim is 20 years old, South Korean fighter. He has won 5 of his last 6 fights. He's very athletic. He's fast. He's insanely aggressive. Like, this is going to be a fun fight. He's either coming at you or he just holds his ground when you're trying to pressure him back. You try to pressure him, he's just going to stand there and he's going to outpoint you. He's going to out-throw you, out-volume you. Nice snap on his shots. He also targets the body. He'll throw in an occasional spinning attack to excite the crowd, even though he doesn't need it because he's already a very exciting guy. Gets to the clinch. Look for trips from him, leg sweeps. He can sneak in a takedown, dropping down on the legs. Hard ground and pound. Very aggressive with his ground and pound. In actuality, I actually think he needs to slow down a little bit because he'll lose position because he's so aggressive, trying to land shots instead of securing the position. And he's not much of a submission threat on the ground. He only has 1 submission win in his career. So as prediction goes, this fight is going to be action-packed. This is my fight of the night pick. Neither fighter likes to take a step back. However, Nguyen, he has controlled aggression, while Woong is more of a wild man. And I don't think you can take that approach with someone who's as sharp of a shooter as Nguyen is. So I think Woong walks right into a powerful counter shot. So give me Martin. Give me I'm going to say he gets in the very, very first round. That's how good I respect his striking. So give me Martin, the former champion, to get him right back in the title picture with a first round knockout. All right, now we get to our first title fight. It is the strawweight title fight. We have the return of Joshua Pacio versus Yosuke Saruta. Pacio is a strawweight champion. He's only 25 years old, so he's at the age where he's probably still improving. We probably haven't seen the best from him. He's from the Philippines. He hasn't fought since January of 2020, so it's been a really long layoff. But what we've seen in the past, he's very well-rounded. He's an accurate striker, great at picking up his opponent's timing. He loves flying knees. He loves stepping knees. He loves teep kicks, leg kicks, calf kicks. Has a fast high kick. I mean, he's got a huge arsenal of weapons in his striking. The one problem I think I've seen in his striking is he doesn't throw enough combinations. He'll throw like single shots, but the single shots are very fast. He's not a wrestler. I wouldn't call him a wrestler, but he will toss in a takedown to keep his opponents honest, and he's just such a wizard on the ground that he can just win fights that way. But I don't think that's like plan B. Or if he's getting bored with plan A, he might go to plan B. Not necessarily that he's losing or needs it. He's very good at winning scrambles. He is a submission threat, and he showed off how good of a grappler is. I mean, he survived grappling with Alex Silva, who is a BJJ world champion, and he has a conditioning to go 25 minutes. He has a lot of experience for such a young fighter. Now move over to Saruta. Saruta is 34 years old, Japanese fighter. He's also a former strawweight champion, so he's a former champion going against a current champion. On the feet, he's a pocket boxer. He wants to get in that closer quarters where he sits on his punches and he throws big shots. I would say he's got plus power, especially for the division. But a lot of his strikes are looping. He tends to load up, so there is a lot of tells. Now, if he connects, he can put you out, but he's a little slower. He kind of gives up the speed to land the power shot. He's very physically strong, though, so if while he's in close, you try to grab him. He can battle in the clinch. He can strike in close quarters. Good entries. He does need to improve his top control, though. Like, he'll get the takedown, but not always hold his opponent down. And for a guy who's probably a pretty good offense wrestler, I think his defensive wrestling could use a little improvement. He doesn't do well to get back to his feet when he's taken down, and he's also not much a submission threat. So if you put him on his back, that's a really good avenue for victory, something that Pacio could definitely do. So to me, this is really Joshua's fight to lose. The champion is just better everywhere. As long as there isn't ring rust, he should style on Saruta. I think he smashes him on the feet and on the ground for 25 minutes. I almost picked a stoppage, but because of such a long layoff, and it is strawweight, or in America it would be flyweight in America, but it's 125 pounds. There's not a lot of stoppages. So I'm going to say the champion gets it done. I say he wins by one-sided decision. Let's move on to the main event. We have one of my favorite fighters to watch, Christian Lee versus Rae Yoon Ok. I apologize if I said the name wrong. Christian Lee, he is the 170-pound champion. He's also only 23 years old. Obviously, he's the older brother of Victoria Lee, who kicks off the main card. He has looked so well recently, so good recently. His last two opponents, he just ran through Lapikis and Nashukin, took them both out first round, back-to-back first-round stoppages. On the feet, he's very aggressive, almost wild. He needs to control his aggression a little bit. He has a little berserk in him. He's fast at darting in and out of range, throwing big combinations. His left hook is definitely his best blow. That's the punch that he put Lapikis down with. He's got really good power. He doesn't... I'm sorry, it might not have been Lapikis. It might have been Nashukin that he put down with the very beginning of the fight with the left hook. I apologize. I don't remember who it was, but it was definitely his little short left hook. Good power. He doesn't like being pressured, though. He likes to be the bull. He doesn't like to be the matador. What I do love about his striking combinations is that it's not always punches and kicks. He'll mix in a takedown. Like, he'll throw, jab, low kick, followed up by a double leg. Kind of reaching double legs, but he still gets on the hips. He's a little sloppy with them. He overextended, and he can be sprawled out. But they're fast, and he's strong. And a lot of times when he shoots, he's not necessarily trying to get it through the hips and drive through. He's just trying to get his arms somewhat behind them. He can even go from like the hips up to the upper body, because when he's in the clinch, good trips, good throws, similar to the way his older sister Angela does it. On the ground, good top control. We've seen fight after fight where he's just easily moves to mount, and he just unloads a huge arsenal of ground strikes. Very, very busy with his ground pound. He's also a great submission threat. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. And he also has shown us some really strong takedown defense if you try to take him down. Not only is he hard to take down, he's very good at making you work through the position and then get hit while you're working through the position. He'll be like fighting the takedown, elbowing you, kneeing you, and then if his opponent takes him down, he's so good at just scrambling right back up. So he kind of just mentally defeats his opponent. He does all this work, and then Christian Lee still finds a way out. Now, Yoon is coming off that huge upset loss. Upset win over Eddie Alvarez, where Eddie Alvarez lost. He's a long and lengthy striker. He works behind a jab. He throws straight punches down the pipe. He's got good power. I mean, you look at his fight with Eddie Alvarez. He dropped him in the first round. He buckled him in the third round with just straight punches down the pipe. He does back straight up when avoiding strike. He also backs up to the cage. If you go back to the Alvarez fight, that was a fight that he spent a lot of time trying to fight off takedown defense, trying to take off takedown attempts from Eddie Alvarez with his takedown defense, as he was so close to the cage, kind of put him in a position where Eddie felt comfortable to shoot. But some of the things I love about him, step-in knees. He's got that long range. He knows that if I'm facing a wrestler, let me throw some knees up the middle. A lot of kicks where he knows how to use his range. A lot of kicks, calf kicks. Throw up a quick high kick. He doesn't check leg kicks, and that happens a lot when you're a longer fighter. You just have those huge targets of these long legs. But solid takedown defense, great balance. Eddie Alvarez was trying to take him down the entire fight, really struggled to get him down. And similar to Christian Lee, he's going to make you work. He's going to push your head down. He's going to punish you for bad shots. He's going to drop down Travis Brown style elbows, and then if he's on top, good ground and pound. And if you take him down, he's got a very good get up game. You get right back up. So prediction: it's really cool that Yoon beat Alvarez. Like, that's a great win. However, Lee is on a different level. Yoon ate way too muches from Eddie Alvarez for my liking, and Eddie isn't the puncher, or he doesn't have the power that Christian Lee has at this point in their career. Now, in Eddie Alvarez prime, very good chance that one of those shots would have put Yoon out. If you give those opportunities to Christian Lee is going to put you out. I think Christian Lee is good. As one championship continues to grow, especially in the American market, continues to, make waves in America. Christian Lee could be that star. He could be that crossover that the American fans really attach to. He could become the face of the one championship. If he already isn't, him, probably it's him or his sister Anatoly. Both of them could be big stars. He's so young. I expect him to continue to get better. These huge wins he's getting, just going to continue to build his confidence. Give me Christian Lee. I say he gets done in the very first round. So there you guys have it. There are my picks, all 5. I had a couple, I think, probably surprises. I don't think anybody expected me to pick Victoria to lose. But I did. I also picked an upset in the heavyweight. And guys, I'm just throwing it there. I don't have the betting lines on one championship, so I'm assuming, I apologize if these are not the actual lines. Let me see if there is the place I look for betting lines. I do not. Sorry, I get it. They're in Singapore. It's hard to get betting lines up. In here in America, maybe in Singapore or somewhere they do. And I also want to apologize if I said any of the fighters' names wrong. As you know, a lot of these fighters are from foreign countries. I try my best to pronounce the names wrong. I do a show with Ben Duffy. Well, I do 2 shows with the senior editor of Sherdog, Ben Duffy, where we do a preview show and we do a recap show. He is much better with the pronunciations than I am. I usually have to ask him how to say a fighter's name correctly. So if I said anybody's name wrong, I apologize. Guys, I've been doing these one championships previews. If you want me to continue this and you like this, guys, we got to spread the word. Obviously, the more views, the more likely I'm going to do it. So if you like this, please leave a comment, like it, share it, tell your friends. This is the must-see preview. And guys, I'll try to be back for the next card. Thanks for listening.